up, guys? So, I got a match this weekend, but as y'all know from the last video, I got the new L3I. Y'all like my new cap too. It's pretty cool. Look at that. I got the new L3I Hive chassis, along with the new Stinger magazine to go with it. And those magazines are very, very tunable. Now, the last match, as y'all remember, I did terrible. I did not have the mags tuned. I kind of did a little halfway tuning on them, and it did not work. So we're headed to the range, and we're gonna see if we can't get this thing tuned up and ready for Sunday's match. Come on, let's go. Well, y'all know me. You know, I gotta have my Sonic drink before anything. Guys, if you use the app, you know, this big 44-ounce drink is like $1.60 or something. I mean, you can't beat it, you know. It's great. So, all right, let's get on the road and get to the range. All right, guys, we're on the road. And so just wanted to kind of go over what we're doing today. It's been a while, and if you've been following, you know, my previous videos, you know that my wife Emily, best thing that ever's happened to me, had a total hip replacement surgery back in December. It was early December. I think it was like the 10th. And, you know, I mean, she went, it probably, maybe the first 2 weeks was kind of rough. And then after that, wow, we started seeing really, really good progression, and she was getting better. I think right now I would probably say she's at about 80%. And I'm being a little bit cautious with that number. She's probably closer to 90. But we're getting real close. You know, my target date was May. In May, I thought, okay, that's when she's going to get back into competing and shooting rimfire matches, and, you know, the way we were before. So anyway, long story short, this Sunday, we have a match at Riggs Ranch, just outside of Victoria, Texas. Is Emily going to shoot? I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure. So I thought, let me go to the range and get our rifles zeroed up, get everything good and ready, just in case she does. I don't think she's gonna shoot her Bergara rifle. It still might be a little bit on the heavier side for her. So I'm gonna bring the 1022, the Kid 1022, super light, and she won't struggle with that one. So her biggest problem right now is when she gets into, let's say, like a kneeling or a crouch position, and she's got to stand up. That's when, you know, I think she can do it. I think she's fine. But mentally, you know, I think she's hesitant. So that's going to be a little bit of a progression, a little bit of a little progress there that we're going to have to make. So anyway, I just thought, let me go ahead and get these rifles ready. And now I'm going to shoot my Curtis Custom. And of course, y'all know from the last match I was at where I totally bombed, that I put the night before the match, I decided what a great idea I had. You know, oh yeah, let's put a brand new chassis and let's use some brand new magazines. So what I did was I put the new chassis, which is the L3I Hive chassis, beautiful. And then we also got sent 2 brand new L3I Stinger magazines. Now these are all metal magazines, and but you do have to kind of tune them up a little bit, which I kind of halfway did the night before the match. And sure enough, they were still a little bit too loose. So anytime I would touch something, like the bag or part of the prop or whatever, everything would jam up. So that's going to be my reasoning today, is see if I can get these magazines to tune up where they're going to be reliable. And if I can't, then we're going to go back to the L3I Elite magazines, which are the polymer based, the plastic ones, the lighter ones. Those have, for the most part, kind of never let me down. So if we have to, we'll go back to those. And but we're going to go find out, right? Because I do need to get these things tuned up. So that's the plan. That's what we're doing. Now, I will say that it looks like it's gonna start a good chance of rain today. It's sprinkling on my windshield as I'm talking. So, but the range right there where we're gonna shoot, it is covered. And hopefully we can do all this and get it all in. So, okay. That is about it for the road report. Now let me get to the range and we'll get with you when we get there. Wow, it's starting to rain pretty good now. All right, we'll get with you in here in a second. We're here. All right, guys, we're here at the range. We're all set up. As you can see, we have turn this around. We've got our Curtis Custom 22. There she is right there. This is the Hive chassis, the L from L3I. We've got our Garmin Chrono out there. And of course, you guys always recognize the Apex 4-32 Rival Scope. So, oh boy, here comes the rain. Anyway, there's our target board down there at 50 yards. And, oh, let's got a little visitor. There he goes. All right, rain is starting to come down. All right, we're all waiting on the rain to pass. So here's what we're doing here today. As you can see, these are the new. You see it there? Hope you can. These are the new magazines from L3I. And as you can see on the back end here, this whole silver plate has 2 screws, one on the bottom, one on top, and then one in the middle. Now the bottom one and the top one are gonna let this little silver tab come out or in. That middle screw, get it in focus, that middle screw right there in the middle is the one that's gonna pull up and down. So that is the, these are called Stinger mags, by the way. The L3I logo, made in the USA. And guys, they can do custom engraving on these things. Look at mine. Orale! Yeah, it's pretty cool. So these things have a little bit of weight to them. And with this, you tune them up to your mag well, into your action. And as everybody knows, as these magazines, if you have any kind of play in them, you know, whether it's up or down or front to rear, if you push up against something and it pushes that magazine back, well, guess what that bullet does? It slants, and then it won't go into the chamber correctly, and then you have all kind of jams and everything. So that's what we're doing here today, is to get to make this adjustment here to where it fits our rifle the way it needs to, so that it's going to feed flawlessly. I think we got them. I think so. Let me put it on this side and let's just shoot 5 and see if they cycle. So here we go. Got 5 in there. As you can see, there's a little bit of play, but not a whole lot. And we're not going for accuracy here. I just want to make sure that they, they feed and eject. So here we go. There's that one. Now let's do the second one. As you can see, it's about the same amount of play. That was it. All right, so as you can see, it's feeding good, it's ejecting good. Hopefully we got everything tuned up the way it needs to be. So, all right guys, we shot a few groups, and the wind out here is just horrible. I'm gonna get the trigger cam going here in a minute, kind of show you. I mean, I'm close, right? But this is a crazy wind, and kind of give you an idea what the wind is doing here. All right. So I've got a 6 to 8 mile an hour wind. Kind of gusting a little bit. I feel it's a little bit more than that, but see, there goes a good little gust right there. That's probably about 10, 11 maybe. And yeah, there goes a 10, 12. So we're anywhere from 6 miles an hour to 12 miles an hour, and probably gusting to 14 at a couple of it. It's real tough to get a good group like that. And then you got these hills up here, or not hills, but these berms. Let me kind of show you. So as you can see, you got these berms on this side, and then at the back there's berms, and then on my right side there's berms. So yeah, it's kind of hard, you know, because you got these winds coming in, and they come this way, then they swirl up. No excuses. I mean, that's the way it is at a match sometimes, right? But it's kind of tough, you know. You need to know how to bracket your wind really, really good at some of these matches that has wind like this. So anyway, this is what we got on our groups. So pretty much an average of 1060, and I didn't want to bore you with all the other little velocity groups that I shot, but 1060 has been about the average, and I am using, put this up again. I am using L3I 10X. Good stuff, guys. I mean, but still, doesn't really matter what you use. You know, the wind out here is just brutal. And we're trying our best. Hopefully the wind won't be this bad on Sunday, but you got to prepare for it, right? All right, guys, here's a little bonus footage, just like I said. If Emily shoots, she'll be shooting this Kid 1022. This is one of our favorite rifles. It's a semi-automatic. Kid barrel, Kid internals. Of course, the Apex Rival 4-32. And yeah, this thing shoots really, really well. So let me put a few shots downrange and we'll get right back with you. All right, guys, so my apologies that I could not get any groups. I'm not even gonna bother. This wind is just terrible. I'm having to compensate left, right, up, down, and you know, it's just tough just getting a good zero. So, you know, 12 to 14 mile per hour gusts, there's no point in it. I'm just wasting ammo. So we'll try it again. Hopefully at the match, it'll be a little bit better, and we can kind of get going from there. But I was able to do what I wanted to do, and that was tune up the mags. I had no failures, nothing, no jams. Everything worked great. It seems like I could still tighten it up just a bit. I know that you can move the mag well. I forget what you call it. I got to call L3I about it, and I know that I can kind of move it front, you know, forward and backwards, and tighten that up a little bit. But I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to just call them and figure it out. And ask them to help me out with it. Then here's another thing. Let me show you this. I was kind of having issues. I was like, man, I'm old, but I don't shake that damn much. So let me kind of show you what I found. All right, so here's the table I was on. And I kept wondering, why am I shaking so much? Well, as you can see, it keeps hitting the table I was on, and it kept moving me. So yeah, great. But if I move the table, I know what y'all are thinking, well, just move the table, man, move it back. But if I move it back, this whole thing here, the whole, I don't know what canopy or whatever you want to call it, it just totally bends. I mean, it just goes all that way. So this is basically what is keeping it from, I don't know, tipping over, falling down. I'm not really sure. So, yeah. That was not good. Now, I should have moved to a different table, but I'm done. And it's been raining, windy, so I'm done. But mission accomplished with the magazines. And I'm gonna tell you what, I got the 1022 out, the Kid 1022. That thing is ready to rock and roll. Well, that's it from the range, guys. I do appreciate you guys sticking around. And as you can give a shout out, guys, to my good friends over at Redbeard Gunworks out in Portland, Texas. These guys are great. I am so blessed, like I've said before, so blessed to be this close to such good, you know, gunsmiths. You got Redbeard, you got Massey's down in Brownsville. You know, DI Precision out in Brenham, Texas. That's just a few hours from me. Of course, Russell over at Crossroads Precision in Victoria, Texas. Those guys are just fantastic. And, you know, I know I'm leaving somebody out, but I do apologize. These guys are the best. Anyway, today we're going to recognize Redbeard Gunworks, because I haven't been over there in a long time. I didn't just go stop by and visit and spend a couple $. So give them a call, guys, if you need something done. They do Cerakote, they do, you know, all kind of gunsmithing, and you know, they'll build you anything you want. So give them a call, and we'll see you at the next video. Thanks for hanging around, guys. Orale.